Lil Baby, an artist who made his way out of the Atlanta scene and dope boy lifestyle. Baby would climb his way from the streets to the charts faster than Ice Spice Shake's butt, and will go on to be arguably the hottest artist out at one point, with multiple successful mixtapes and well-received albums, bangers, all built off that Atlanta trap sound that has been dominating the game for a number of years. This wave had rappers all over the world using the Atlanta slang, style, and flows. You had New York rappers using the style, Chicago rappers using the style, even people from other countries were on this wave. With back-to-back hits and praise from a majority of the hip-hop world, it seemed Baby couldn't be stopped. But fast forward to 2024, and boy has the temperature of the room changed for Lil Baby. We've been witnessing a fall off at turbulent speeds, with many becoming tired of his music, calling it boring and unoriginal. What's ironic is Baby hasn't really changed his style much, pretty much stayed consistent with that Atlanta sound. But the oversaturation of the music and repetitiveness of the style and lyrics has drove people to grow tired of the sound and branch out to other styles. So I guess the question is, are people tired of Baby or are they tired of the Atlanta sound? I say this because Baby isn't the only artist who seems to be losing steam in the genre of rap. Many artists have slowly become irrelevant. Of course, there are some who last longer due to their strong fan base and consistent quality music, but it's hard to ignore the decline in ticket sales, album sales, and overall media coverage of these artists. A recent video revealed Quavo, a member of the Migos, one of the hottest rap groups in the last 10 years, performing at a crowd so small you'd think he paid to perform there. And we talking about Quavo. People were acting like this was the Beyonce of the group, which I always disagree with, by the way. Offset and Takeoff were always better in my mind, RIP Takeoff. But you have an artist like that who, too like Baby, was dominant in the game and is now struggling to perform both live and in sales. It's crazy how fast these artists go from such high regard to almost an afterthought in just a couple of years. But I think the main problem is the Atlanta sound itself. It has become so predictable, to the point where you could probably guess what bars will be dropped, what topics will be rapped about, and what kind of flows you're gonna hear. Just because we've heard it 1,000 times, like you probably don't even need these artists anymore. AI could probably just cook up a hit song like nothing, with how easy it is to predict this Atlanta sound.
However, I was cloned by Clonate in Canada. My model number is 0112568, if anyone wants to see the registration and Clonate.
Okay.
I think this decline really became more obvious post-pandemic. Shows were slow to getting packed out again, and many artists went long stretches without dropping any music. And when they did drop it, it was kind of like, more of the same. That was very much the response to Baby's 2022 album, It's Only Me. Like, no, Baby. In fact, there's like 100 other versions of you spitting the same shit and using the same sound.
Tryna act black, but I'm white as can be. I'm white, Lil Baby, no one harder than me.
Like, just imagine every day waking up and doing the same thing every single day. Day after day, nothing changing, hearing the same things, seeing the same things. That's damn near insanity. Insanity and, well, marriage. Everything sounds the same, and I think it has pushed many rap fans to even start listening to other genres of music altogether. I've heard this in real life, as many people who were big rap fans have slowly drifted into listening to other genres. Could it be that these artists are just not switching it up enough? Yeah, for sure, but at the end of the day, how much more can you twist a sound that's already been altered and updated so many times?
The numbers are down in our genre specifically because I feel like everything is so the same. Like, the next new is another that was just here. Like, it's nothing new being brought to the game. Not just on the sound side, but just all the way around as like creatively too. Like the most videos be like a Rolls Royce in the background, 2 chains on, and that shit getting boring, fellas. You know what I'm saying? It's like no real entertainment, and while you got these pop and these country artists smoking shit because they coming with the full round. Like,
the only real solution is to create a sound that's brand new and has never been heard before. And that's not only tough to do, but also hard to get pushed in a market that's controlled by labels and what they think will make them back money. Labels are notorious for being behind on cultural movements in music, and often start pushing artists with a certain style after that style has already been played out. I think the Atlanta trap sound is reaching its expiration point and will fade away like all the sounds eventually do with time. I think people are ready for new music, a new experience. But what that is, well, that's just very hard to gauge, but if I had to guess on what sound I think will rise next, I would have to say a mix of that futuristic rage sound, something like a Yeet song in terms of vibe and instrumental, mixed with lyrical rap and melodic flow. Somewhat of a mesh of everything, just how most new sounds are a mesh of older poppin' sounds. And that's just a total guess. I'm not claiming to know the future, but shit, if I'm right, y'all better come back to this vid and gas me up like I saw it coming. But I truly feel like if anything, lyrical rap is something that will definitely be coming back. The modern Atlanta sound definitely made a departure from that, but I feel like recently that is something that people are missing in music. And with this recent beef becoming so publicized and people believing this energy is what rap needed, I could definitely see lyrical rap becoming more important than it has been in the last few years. But the one big thing this movement needs is an artist who steps up to make it popular, and an artist who could take that mantle of that generational type artist, similar to the big three who were all leaders of their generation.
This is the first time in rap history, in my opinion, that there hasn't been a solidified new generation of superstar. Like every single generation we've had, the biggest person could retire because we knew we had this next generation that was solidified. Now, I thought Lil Baby was that, and I'm not saying he's not, but it's shown that it may not be that case off his last album.
But only time will tell. What do you think? Is Atlanta trap dead? And what will the next wave be? Let's chop it up.